everyone, it's Disconcur from ANZHEROES.com, and today I've got two amazing guests coming on to talk about the new Heroes of the Storm rank system. First off, I have Kent-Erik Hagman, lead hero designer for Heroes of the Storm, and also Travis, I hope I get your name right, sorry, is it McGeathy?
You got it!
Oh, fantastic.
McGeathy.
Who is obviously the senior game designer for Heroes of the Storm as well. Guys, thanks very much for coming on to talk to me today about it. Just first, can I get an introduction of your guys' roles in the Heroes of the Storm game?
Sure. So my name's Kent-Erik. I'm lead hero designer. So we have a team of hero designers that are just constantly cranking out new heroes left and right. We're really excited. Chromie just came out today.
Yeah.
We're really excited about McGeathy coming out in the near future. And we're hard at work at the next slew of heroes, which I can say nothing about, except that I'm, as always, very excited for them.
And I'm Travis McGeathy. I'm a senior systems designer on the team. I'm actually relatively new to the team. My focus is on all the gameplay systems, with the ranked update being the big one we're talking about right now.
Now, awesome. So speaking of that, we're here to talk about the rank system today. Can I get one of you guys just to give us a brief overview for those who haven't quite been up to date? What's actually happening with the rank system in Heroes?
Yeah, I'll take care of that. We're effectively throwing away everything that came before and replacing it with a brand new system. It's a complete overhaul. I don't think update's probably a strong enough word.
Yeah.
But so the current system, as you know, is broken down into 50 ranks with roughly 2% of the player base in each rank. And we took a look at it, and there's some things about it we just didn't like. For one, it doesn't really map to the way player skill is distributed. Player skill is more of a bell curve, as opposed to being a linear distribution across the ranks. Second, there's really not much incentive to come back and keep playing once you reach rank 1. It kind of ends up as an exercise in not losing rank 1. And we wanted to add a lot more polish and just kind of feel-good moments to actually advancing ranks. So took a step back and took a cue from our brothers on the StarCraft team and went with something that's more simple to theirs. So we've broken it up into leagues, which are Hero League and Team League, as you know, tiers within them, which now go from Bronze through Grandmaster. And then we have divisions within each tier, starting at 5 and working way up to 1. So the key things about that now is the distribution is no longer linear. It does follow a bell curve, so it more closely matches to player skill. And once you get to that top end and you're master fighting for Grandmaster, you got plenty of reason to keep going.
Awesome. So it's So I heard you said you took lead from the StarCraft team, but what else really pushed that drive for the change from a ladder system to a league system? Like, what made you go, "Yep, that was the"?
Yeah, it's sort of what I was talking about. It's the problems we identify with the current system, and it wasn't really satisfying our desires for the competitive nature of things.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go with something that does.
Yeah, and also like with the old system, you would frequently fluctuate, ranks crazy. You play through a whole night, and you still have no idea what you ended up. There was relative little meaning to saying you were ranked 26 because you would sneeze on your next game, and now you're like 25, and now you're 27. It's like that seems all over the place. Now at least there'll be some more sticky moments to saying, hey, I'm in silver. Like people kind of know, I know where silver is. Like, hey, are you silver 5 or silver 3? Because that means something, right? And so they give some more weight to each of the subdivisions within each league, and we think that will feel a lot better, give you a sense of pride over your league. Whereas right now it's like, I'm ranked 5. Like what that even means.
That's a great point. We have roughly half of the different divisions that we did before. So instead of 50 ranks, there's about 25 divisions across the different tiers. And then we added promotion and demotion matches. So moving your way,
that's a big thing.
Moving your way across the divisions is now a more concrete moment.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you, the player, like, hey, this match could be you're up for promotion this game. So that will make for an awesome moment to like log into, to be like, all right, I know my next game is promotion game. You want me to practice a quick match real quick? Do my calisthenics? I'm ready now. Or hey, I'm in a demotion game. Like, oh boy. You sweat. You offer some variance rather than just every game is for MMR ladder points, right? Or rank points. It's every game has some differentness. Hey, I'm in the middle of silver 3. Like, I'm just playing chill. Oh, I'm up for promotion games. Suddenly, the adrenaline's up, the volume, everything is now louder for me. And so we think that this creates much more interesting moments to play. And because we're hardcore gamers. We all go home and play Heroes way too much every night.
Yep.
Right? We're experiencing this, and we're excited about sweet. Now I have motion and demotion games, and obviously we're still going to be playing this game like crazy when it goes out, and we'll make whatever tweaks we need to afterwards.
Yeah, especially that promotion from Diamond to Master. A huge moment. Streamers are streaming that promotion game, and then hopefully win.
Yeah. Some lovely clutch or throw moments for people to catch on camera.
Please don't throw this game. It's a promotion game, right? There's going to be a lot of that. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
That'd be cool.
So just with those promotion and demotion games, how many chances does a person get at the promotion match? Is it literally one go and that's it? And then
that's correct.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about doing more, but we sort of like the feeling of just pausing you for a moment and giving you that one moment of win, try hard, or I guess it's in both cases, or demotion, as opposed to getting in there and having to do best of 3 or best of 5.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So,
and then if you do lose your promotion game, you're just going to lose some points. And if you win again, you'll be back up for promotion again. So it could be a thing where you go 50-50 all night, and it's actually a chance of promotion game, and you're going to be like, what a exhilarating night. That'll be a really cool moment.
But once you finally get promoted, we give you a little boost into the next division. So a couple games losing to get back to that demotion state.
Right, yeah. You're not going to win into the next league and then immediately fall back out. Right? You'll have some grace period where it's like, okay, I got it. Hopefully this eases that ladder anxiety. I know we all feel way too much, but you never want to admit.
Not too easy. So just looking at the points on that, so you're saying that you fall back down, you lose promotion, you fall back down, and you win a game and you're back into it. So are we going to see more linear, say, point structure in the divisions or the tiers?
Yeah. So each division is 1,000 rank points, and on average you'll win or lose roughly 200, adjusted by the difficulty of the match and any personal adjustment that needs to be done based on your skill versus to where you are in the rankings. But about 200 per match. So, in general, it'll be about 5 games, you get through a division, and then you get the promotion game.
All right, so the points should be a lot more in line, because at the moment you have the issue where you win a match and you get, say, 75 points because it was on par or you're a little bit better, but then you lose a game and you drop maybe 150 or 100 points. So because it should be more on par.
Yeah, and part of that comes back to just the way that MMR works and the spread of, especially what you're talking about tends to happen for high-level players where their MMR is pretty extreme, and so it's trying to pull them back in line. So they get, basically, they're always playing against teams that are worse than them because they're better. And so when they lose more points than when they win.
It really is like a problem for the 1%.
Yeah, exactly.
We are a very visible 1%. And so some of us at Blizzard are also that 1%, and we feel that pain. And this is our attempt to kind of rectify a lot of that.
And we are making some changes to MMR as well, which should help with that. We're pulling those players who are at the extremes back in a little bit from their MMR ratings so that they'll be able to match more easily with other people, and they won't see things like this happen quite as frequently.
We're just talking about that, so the going promotions, we talked about or touched briefly on the effect of going from, say, into the Master League. Master League changes things up a lot, doesn't it? Like, it changes it, no longer in that field league structure. We're now back into almost a points ladder.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Once you get into Master is open-ended, so it's just continuing to earn rank points. And the idea is that once you're in Master, your goal is to get to Grandmaster, which is literally a leaderboard of the top 500 Master players based on their rank points. So just keep doing well, keep accruing rank points to try and get into that leaderboard.
Yeah. And so
there's no promotions in the Grandmaster. It's just, keep getting those points, and once a day we calculate Grandmasters, and you can get into it.
Figure if you're good enough to be a Master, you're the guy, that the player that really wants to, no, tell me everything, just give me this exact number to compare against other Master players.
So it's the extreme high level, and I heard you say they don't have to worry about demotion matches either, which is...
Yeah, unless you all the way out of Master.
You get 0 Master points. Awesome to do.
Yeah.
All right. So just on the note, you're talking about there's also regional ladders being developed as well, where the top 500 players in the Master League will be considered to be Grandmaster. Are we going to see something like that for the sub-regions inside the server? So, example, ANZ, for example, on the North American. Will we see our own 500 list?
It's all done by the region you choose when logging into the Battle.net client. So, the ANZ, for instance, comes in as part of the North American region.
Yeah. All right, so we'll be going against the North Americans as we currently do on the monthly release leaderboards anyway.
Yeah, right. Got to keep challenging them.
Put them in their place. We've got a few guys in the top 20 of our recent few months, so
I would expect to see them in the grandmaster leaderboards pretty quickly.
Yeah, that grandmaster.
Fingers crossed.
Seeing right now.
Yeah, hopefully.
A lot of people down here are definitely excited for a Grandmaster League. Just can you give us a bit of idea of how the seasons themselves are going to work, and then also how players going into the new season? So you worked hard, you got your rank. What's going to happen when the new season rolls around?
Sure. So first off, let's say that we're expecting season 1 to be between 8 and 12 weeks long. We're going to see how that plays out, and then adjust future seasons for duration. So it might change a little bit from that based on feedback. But when you're first coming into a season, every player will now have 10 placement matches instead of 20. And we're also updating the way MMR works at the start of every season, so that we're doing what people are kind of referring to as a soft reset. It's not a hard reset. But we're going to make it so that as you're coming into a new season, your MMR and thus your final placement is going to be a little more flexible than it is currently. So I don't know the best way to describe this without getting into the details of MMR. It's just kind of confusing. But the idea is that the games you're playing at the start of the season have a lot more weight to them than the games you've played in the past. So when you're coming in, if you feel like you've been stuck in MMR hell or whatnot, do well in your placement games, and you're going to be able to move around a lot more than you could currently. We're doing that at the start of every season. So every season is going to be a new chance to kind of get in there and mix things up. And then the season itself will last 8 to 12 weeks. And at the end of it, you're going to get rewards based on the highest rank you managed to achieve during that season.
So just looking at the time frame, so you've given it's quite a bit open, 8 to 12 weeks. Is that something that's still being played with the development team?
Yeah, we've got some ideas for season 1. We just don't. It's still up in the air a little bit, so I don't want to lock down a date because people are going to hold us to it. Before season 1 comes out, we'll have a definitive date on when it will end, so that people know what they're striving for.
Yeah, we really wanted to be open to player feedback about what is the right season length, because there's lots of reasons to do 8, lots of reasons to do 12. But we kind of wanted to see from our player base, from especially from all the people who are participating in this, what do they end up liking, right? This is something we want to have a back and forth discussion with the community on.
Yeah, you don't want somebody to sit in the same rank for too long before the season ends. Sometimes you want to give them enough leeway to get in there, gain skill, and get better.
Yeah, we want to get
some balance in there.
Yeah, we want to find the right amount of time. Like, we think 1 month is too short. But 3 months is that might be right. Too long. Like 4 months is probably too long. Where this is something we want to discuss with the community.
So I just want to see how it goes, and like I said, get that feedback. Is there going to be a break between seasons? Like, will there be a week of downtime or something like that? Or
we're not currently planning on that. That's another thing we want to get feedback on.
Just thinking, a couple of people, because imagine the 1 month and people get burnt out. It's like, man, I have to do this for 12 months of the year.
Yeah, it's got two different things, right? At a 1 month sequence, you have a week between each season. It's like that's taking up a significant portion of the time. Whereas in 3 months, 1 week looks a little more malleable, a little more doable. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And I heard probably one of the nice things a lot of people are probably listening to, rewards. What's going to keep, besides the incentive of glory, fame, and fortune on that one, what's going to keep people involved, like the rewards or the achievements for getting these ranks?
Yep. So you've probably already seen the preseason rewards you put on the website, which includes gold based on how high you ranked during preseason for both Hero League and Team League, so compounds. There's also unique portraits that come along with that based on where you ended up in both Hero League and Team League. And then the big shiny one, of course, the mounts, which are actually pretty easy to get the basic mount in Team League, and a little harder to get in Hero League. In Team League, anybody above rank 40 will get a mount, and in Hero League, you have to get 20 to do that. And then there's the epic mount that goes along with that, which anybody who hit rank 10 in either Hero League or Team League will be able to get. So there's a whole bevy of goods. We haven't announced the details on the rewards for Season 1 yet, but I expect them to be relatively similar, and again, we'll have those details before the season starts.
Fantastic. Just something that's a little bit concerned for the ANZ region, I guess for yourself. Now, what concerns did you have with implementing this system in regard to, say, the wait times it might introduce to Hero League, and also just looking at our smaller regions like ANZ that does have a smaller population base or player base?
The way matches will be started is unchanged by the system. behind this, the old rank system, behind this system is still MMR that fuels everything. We have these great, systems and formulas for calculating MMR, and they are really quite good. And so we're still going to be using that system to complete the matches. So it shouldn't impact at all these queue times.
Yeah. Actually, we're adding some restrictions to Hero League specifically, which should help improve the quality of matches we're making. For instance, when you're grouping up in a party now, everybody has to be within one tier of each other. So you don't get these large disparities between players' skill coming into these matches. So it should improve overall match quality too.
All right, so that's say that we'd like to say the duo sign-ups. What about an individual? Like, will someone at, say, the bronze level, is there still a chance they might have to go up against, let's say, like maybe a gold player because of time of day and just the availability of of people in the queue?
Right. Yeah, the matchmaking system is trying to keep all the matches to occur within a single tier. So if you're playing bronze, you should only be matched against bronze unless it runs into an extreme case, at which point it might reach out to the bottom end of silver, for instance. We shouldn't be seeing bronze and gold except in
I think bronze and silver actually have quite a large swath of MMRs in them.
Especially silver.
Those tiers should be relatively safe. I mean, if it's 4:30 in the morning and you're a high diver, master, you might have some variance, just because there's literally not anybody awake playing with you, right?
At the same time, it does look upwards. So master players will try to be ranked with master players, and then it'll run to the high diamonds, and then it will start to slide further as looking to find things.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we should be matched with masters and diamonds, even at the high tier.
Oh, too easy. And just another, looking at these sort of concerns you had with this system, obviously people have been looking forward to an improved rank system, a new rank system for a while. What concerns or challenges did you have changing the system? Like, I guess the big question is, like, why did it take so long?
So there was a lot of...
what did it?
I'm relatively new here. I'm just coming in the last stage and helping clean it up, finish it up. But no, there's a lot that goes into it. Anytime you change something that people are already used to, you got to give yourself a big question as to, why do this at all? Some people will always be happy with what's there, and changing it to make them unhappy. So are you making more people happy with the change? We thought there were enough concerns with the existing system that it was worth taking that hit and doing right. And then it was a question of what you change it to. And like I said, that the idea was to take something that is relatively common to players, but again, put our own spin on it. So the tier system looks similar to what you see in StarCraft, for instance. So players come in there, and we're not changing it up entirely and making, I don't know, called like fruit or something. Orange tier versus strawberry tier. Tiers that people recognize. If you talk to anybody, they're going to recognize that bronze is lower than silver, is lower than gold, etc.
Yeah.
So there's the familiarity there, and then putting our own stamp on it. And then it's just a lot of iteration and figuring out what path you want to take with it. There's a lot of different things we could do. Early on, I know there were ideas kicked around of wanting to make the system more progression-based. So you come in on a low tier and work your way up through the ranks. We eventually got rid of that. We felt it was better for the competitive feeling that you're placed relatively accurate to your skill, and then leave it up to you developing your skill to gain ranks, as opposed to progressing based on earning points, like experience, basically. There's just things like that. So lots of iteration.
Yeah. We learn a lot just by putting the system out there and playing it. And I'm sure this is perfectly designed. We'll never make any changes.
It's done.
If there's one thing we're really good here at Blizzard, it's constantly looking at our own systems and seeing how we can make them better. We are the most never satisfied customers.
We're all grumpy.
We're all always grumpy about every little thing in our game, so we will continue to polish the system away.
Yeah. And like we said this a few times already, we're really looking to get a lot of feedback during Season 1, which will affect Season 2, and I'm sure Season 2 will affect Season 3 and so far.
And our community is really good about getting feedback, so keep it coming.
No, fantastic. So I guess just looking at that, like, future improvements or changes, is there anything else that's kind of been talked about or planned that may be introduced into Hero League? Just one example, something that I personally like or have close to my heart, is the option for players to swap heroes with each other.
Swaps.
Yeah,
we're talking about that. It's a matter of finding a design that we're happy with and deciding if it's right for the game. But it's definitely something we're talking about. I don't have a time frame for when it may happen, though.
Yeah.
On a similar note, it's worth mentioning that unranked draft is coming too. It's not specific to Hero League, but our plan is for it to come out at the same time. So players who don't want to, be in the competitive arena for whatever reason,
they like draft,
will have an option to play an unranked draft.
That'll give our players a lot more options of like, hey, I want to play this hero, so you have the quick matches for it.
Exactly.
And just get me in the game fast. I don't want to do all this drafting nonsense, But then our players like want to draft. I really enjoy a strategy, but oh gosh, don't give me a rank. You have numbers of you on our team, right? There are dozens of you, dozens. So we want to support that as well.
It's a looser rule set too. So if you want to go in there and you're diamond and want to play with your bronze friend, you can do that in unranked.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
But you still want to draft, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, awesome. And well, that's it. I've sort of ran out of questions. Do you guys yourself have anything you'd like to add about the rank system? Any little tidbits?
Any little tidbits?
Any little spoilers?
I'm really excited to get it out there. Not a whole lot. This is one of those moments where this has been worked on for a long time. And even though I'm fairly new, I'm very proud of what the team has done. It's incredibly well developed. It's very shiny. I love the shininess of it. It makes you feel good as you're leveling up.
Yeah, as a rank 1 player, I've been waiting for this thing for eons.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how not good I actually am.
Yeah.
Like right now, my ego has overinflated, and this system will be really good ego check for me, and I'm excited for that.
You're going to end up in platinum somewhere.
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah.
All right. And just one very final question. I know Blizzard doesn't like putting dates on things. When can we expect the rank system come out?
Oh, that one we don't mind putting a date on.
That's an easy.
Week of June 14th, so relatively soon.
All right. I think a lot of people say that's with the McGeathy patch. New hero?
Yep.
Should be the same patch.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he'll be crazy. Yeah.
All right. So should be seen. Not locking in, but definitely that week is when the rank play will come out.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, that week. I mean, every day is different depending on which region you're in and that date line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I have to mention the week.
Yeah.
Well, Tuesday for us is sometimes Wednesday for you guys. So.
Yeah. No, fantastic. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks very much for coming on and talking about the rank system with me today. That's it.
All right. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
No, it's the same to you.